Hi, I'm Chicago psychic medium and intuitive consultant Mel Doerr, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I would like to thank my psychic friend Linda Grindle, Comanche Psychic in California, for having me as a guest on her show and for encouraging me to launch my own YouTube channel. Linda's an amazing psychic, and she's making many predictions about the upcoming election and how Trump will be voted out of office. So I look forward to being on her show again, and just maybe we can have her come on my show as well. So, Linda, here's to you. I'd like to first start talking about COVID 19. And a lot of people are asking about a vaccine. It's my feeling that it's probably going to take at least until springtime of 2021 before we get a valid vaccine. You know, my psychic predictions tell me that that vaccine is only going to be like 50 or 60% effective in protecting people against COVID. And the reason for that is because I intuit that the virus will mutate. And so I think the scientists are going to have to predict which are the most common strains of COVID and take those viral particles and make them into a vaccine. You know, it came out about a week ago that Putin supposedly, and I say supposedly, had a viable vaccine for COVID, but I question the efficacy of that, and I'm even questioning if it's true. When he said his daughter would take it, I'm like, okay, is this just more propaganda? To make everybody feel a little bit more at ease so it can look like our government did something about COVID. I realize that we're in uncharted waters with this virus, but there should have been a lot more done on the federal level. At any rate, I do see a viable vaccine coming out in the spring, and as I said, I think it'll give about 50 or 60% protection. What my psychic abilities tell me is that every year, when we get our flu shot, we'll also take a COVID shot. And then after this epidemic runs its course, it will be endemic in the population. Endemic just means it'll kind of be there hanging out, like, you know, like bread and butter. They're just hanging out together. I wish they'd hurry up and hang out. Psychically, I feel that it's going to take at least probably 3 to 4 years to come out of this economy that's happened due to COVID. You know, many of us have predicted that the economy would crash. And years ago, I had predicted that a virus would get loose and play havoc. I never dreamed that one would be related to the other. Initially, I thought with my prediction years ago about the virus that would get loose, I thought it would be a lot more virulent and a lot more fatal. Thank God it isn't. But many of us felt something claircognizantly. Claircognizantly means we're feeling something. We don't know what. We don't know how we know what we know. We just know that something was coming. And here we are. It's unfortunate that this many people had to die. It's unfortunate that this wasn't contained. You know, I think many of us in the beginning just didn't take it seriously. But I think this is a reminder. Spirit is reminding us to nurture the Earth Mother, to stop stripping our rainforest, to, you know, clean up our act with our waterways, to, you know, clean up our air. I guess if there's any good thing about COVID, it was during this time that, you know, the air got cleaner. My friends in Hawaii tell me that the fish are coming back to the reefs and that flamingos are coming back in Venice. So there's been a few good things that happened as a result of this. I see much more unemployment coming. I think the rate right now is 20%. It's going to go higher. The GMP was, I think, down almost 39%. That's going to go higher. I think we're going to go through inflation, and we're on the verge of depression. The good news is that at some point we will weather this storm. And I think we all need to band together, regardless of politics, and work together to create more jobs and to end this nonsense. I think the country is so polarized, and that, we used to like each other, and now people from opposing political parties dislike each other. So I think we can learn from COVID that we should all come together in unity, acceptance, harmony, inclusiveness. So let's choose to look at the lessons from this. The next thing I want to touch on is I was teaching a class, and one of my students, when I asked them to predict what they saw within the coming few years, Bart, if you're there, hello, he said that he saw riots and tear gas and military and all sorts of anarchy. And this was before Trump was even elected. And I was just talking to another student of mine not long ago, Catherine. Hi, shout out. And she reminded me of what Bart said in that class, and he was so accurate. Look what's going on now. And I think the problem is with people being quarantined for so long, and with a lot of the racial injustice that we see going on, and the hot weather, tempers flare. I believe that Black Lives Matter, and I think that people have the right to peaceful protests, and I see a lot more of that coming. Unfortunately, a lot more violence, but I think looting and robbing and burning is wrong. I do think there will be a time in America when we can all come together, regardless of sexual orientation, religion, skin pigmentation, gender, religion, that we can all learn to accept each other. Unfortunately, there's always going to be that one faction who only thinks that, that they're the right ones. Anyway, so I do see it's going to be a rough ride, but we will survive. We will survive. I just think we all need to band together and spread the work of unity and acceptance. So if you're out there peaceful protesting, go for it, because I think it's about taking back opening our solar plexus, taking back our power, and speaking out against the injustice, but do so peacefully. Please wear your mask. For those deniers of COVID, it does exist, and you can deny all you want, but it doesn't give you the right to give it to other people. My predictions are telling me with the upcoming election, my guides are telling me that Biden will win. It will be contested, but I see him winning. My friend Linda Grindle had said that he would choose Kamala Harris for his vice presidential running mate. Right on, Linda. You got that one right. I'm also seeing Elizabeth Warren having a position in Biden's cabinet. I can't tell whether she would be Secretary of Treasury or the Attorney General. I think she'd be good in either one of those positions. People are asking about Michelle Obama maybe doing something in a Biden cabinet, but that I am not, my guides aren't showing me that at all. They're saying no. I do feel that maybe Trump was thinking about having a different vice president. And when I conferred with my friend Linda Grindle on it, Linda said, well, people would get too mad, but perhaps I was hooked into what he was thinking telepathically. And I'm sure he's batting back and forth that idea. I do see indictments coming down for what's being done with the Postal Service. And at some point, I see Mr. Trump and the head of the Postal Service under indictment for trying to obstruct the mail and to interfere with the outcome of an election. People often ask me about the Mueller report, and that's not finished. That's just on the back burner. And next year, that'll be brought to the forefront. And I'm seeing all kinds of things reopened on that, and indictments coming down as a result of that. I see Kavanaugh being brought back in front of Congress. And some charges or something coming up, or a probe for lying to Congress under oath. So there's a lot of truth coming out, where for the past 3 or 4 years, things have been based on lies. My spirit guides are telling me that we're coming into a new age of truth. And getting rid of all of the kind of fabrications that have gone on over the past. I think for Secretary of Defense, my guides are showing me that Admiral William McRaven will be a great candidate for that. He's a man with integrity. He knows what he's doing, and he's been a tremendous service to our country. I think Pete Buttigieg will also be considered for a position, but I don't know what. I think Dr. Fauci would be really good for Secretary of Health and Human Services, but I think there should be a business person there too. But Dr. Don Berwick would be good for that too. Those are my predictions so far. A lot of people are wondering about Biden's health. Oh, by the way, I do see Amy Klobuchar getting a position in Biden's cabinet. I'm not sure what yet. William Daley, maybe he'll be considered to do something with Secretary of Commerce. I don't know. Anyway, Biden's health. My guides are telling me that there's really nothing wrong with his health, and what they're bringing out is just propaganda used to try to sway the election. I do see a lot of illness around Donald Trump. It looks like there could be heart issues. It looks like there could be issues with something, I don't know if it's like a slight stroke or something going on in his head, but he needs to really, really, really pay attention to his health. But Biden looks really healthy to me, and is clearly not senile. At least that's what my guides tell me. I watch him on television, and he has a pause moment like we all do, but that doesn't make him senile. So, the travel industry has been hit really, really hard with this COVID crisis. So I think it's going to take about 2 or 3 years for that to get up and going again. Unfortunately, I see a lot more small businesses closing. I do think that the House will come back together and say that Trump and the Postmaster General cannot dismantle the Postal Service as they're doing, and they're going to give money for a bailout on that. I do see another bigger government bailout coming. It was terrible when they cut it by $200 a week unemployment, but I see something being done so people can at least get unemployment going. So those are my predictions. I might have a few of them wrong. Let's see what's coming. I hope you'll watch my channel, and I plan to have some guests on in the future. We'll be talking about a lot of interesting different topics like claircognizance and clairsentience and intuitive things, healing, all kinds of different modalities. So I'm keeping this short, and please watch for my next video in about a week. So I trust you'll stay safe and well, wear your mask when you go out, and if you'd like to contact me, you may do so at Mel, M-E-L, at Mel Doerr, MELDOERR.com, or please call my office at area code 847-590-5411. Or if you're interested in my classes, you can register for those at www.infinity foundation.org. I look forward to talking to you again. Meanwhile, stay safe and well. Bye for now.